Check it. Alright guys, what up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're looking at AMC and GME and focusing on AMC and GME, but I also talk about SPY briefly as well. Again, we got inflation dropping, so you guys need to be aware of that. Green monthly MACD for GME. We're also seeing squeeze metrics as the RSI was below 30 on AMC before it took off. Cost of borrow skyrocketing. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the beginning of a much bigger short squeeze. I believe what we're seeing is gamma, but this could lead into a short squeeze, especially with the FOMO and everything kicking off. I'm going to talk about all this and more in this video. Also give you guys levels to look for, so do not miss a second of this update. Let's go and hop in the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're looking at AMC and GME. We're going to focus on AMC and GME in this video because we have so much going on for the meme stocks. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. I do want to report that we do have inflation dropping tomorrow, and if inflation comes out hot, you are going to see the market pull back, which I do think would be bullish for the meme stocks. I also want to point out that SPY still does have the bearish divergence setup. As you guys can see, RSI clearly drifting to the downside while price is drifting to the upside. This is a similar setup and the same exact idea with bearish divergence, RSI drifting to the downside and price drifting to the upside here on the daily time frame, which led to a steeper correction. I do think we will be seeing this lead to a steeper correction once we roll over and confirm lower highs and then start to make that move to the downside, creating an overall double top type effect on SPY, pulling SPY to the downside. And if that does happen at the same time with the meme stocks going crazy like this, I think the meme stocks could get an even bigger boost to the upside. Another thing that is bullish for the meme stocks is the CAT system possibly coming into play, and we have seen in markets that have got rid of short selling, those markets start to rally. So I do think this could have a significant role for AMC and GME, helping push it to the upside. And this also could be a precursor on why we are seeing this price action now all of a sudden, because that is coming into play here shortly. Now you guys can see that AMC and GME are up 9% here in after hours, roughly 9% here in after hours, both of them pushing to the upside. AMC and GME have gap fills right above them here. So as you guys can see, AMC has a gap fill at 11.12, and then GameStop has a gap fill at $73. Again, these gap fills is about like 72 to 73, and then AMC's gap fill is at about $11 to $12. So we do want to see those gap fills get filled, and I do think those gaps will get filled, but we need to hit key prices first. The key price for AMC to get to that level is breaking above $8.80 and $10, around that range. If we can see that those levels used as support, you're going to see a push to the upside towards that $11, $12 range. And if we see a push to the upside for GameStop to about 62 to 62.30, you're going to be able to see a push for that next level, for that gap fill on $73 for GameStop. Now, as far as overall how high could these go, again, people can speculate all the time, but a very realistic price target for a peak for AMC and GME would be either that $70 gap fill, and if we can get past that, another price target would be the $120 all-time high level. So this is what I'm going to be looking at for GME. Again, I'm going to be taking things level by level, step by step, technical by technical, because we want to make sure that we make the right move. Again, no one deserves this money more than the apes, but we have to play things smart, because if you're too greedy, you're gonna get left out, and then you're gonna get taken to the cleaners. If you go ahead and see what GME has done already from the highs to the low, GME has rallied over, let's see here, 500%, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I repeat, GME has over 500% gains from the highs, from the lows. So as you guys can see, GME is in a crazy position right now. As far as AMC is concerned, highs from the lows, AMC has seen a rally as high as 400% gains. So again, both of the stocks seeing massive gains. So you don't want to be too greedy, but again, are we willing to sell for these low prices? Post split, this would only be 60 cents for AMC stock. So I know a lot of people are still not even in profit. They weren't able to average down. Some people were not able to hold because they were squeezed out of the position because of financial reasons. They had to sell, whatever the case may be. Or they gave up hope. So some people are either not holding or they were not able to average down, and they are not in profit right now. Now, people that were able to average down, they are in profit. They are scared right now. They're thinking it might come back down, crash back down. I think these stocks have potential for a lot more room to the upside, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I think if we look at the cost to borrow, it is very, very telling of what's going on. Also, if you look at this new 8K filing for AMC, as you guys can see, on May 13th, 2024, AMC Holdings has completed its previous disclosed at the market equity offering. That means all of the dilution for AMC stock is over, and they won't be able to control any type of short squeeze with dilution, and this also gives away some of the fear. We also have FOMO kicking in because we have people like Andrew Tate, Dave Portnoy, and Roaring Kitty all talking about AMC and GameStop. So we're getting eyes on AMC and GameStop. Things are definitely heating up for the meme stocks. More and more people are learning about it. More and more people know about it because of the movie Dumb Money. So there are eyes on these stocks, and FOMO could definitely kick in with these gamma ramps that we're seeing. As you guys can see, we have 69,000 calls expiring the money for GME. And as far as AMC is concerned, we have 205,000 calls expiring in the money. And as we get closer and closer and closer to Friday, they're going to have to hedge for more and more of these calls, especially if price continues to go up. So if we can see those gap fills filled, if we can see a gap up tomorrow, if we can continue making higher lows, as we get closer and closer to Friday, more and more calls are going to have to get hedged for. That's going to continue to push the price up. Also, people will FOMO in because more and more people are learning about it, and this is going to make things go crazy. If we start getting FTDs start to kick in for the meme stocks, things are going to get absolutely crazy as well. FTDs could occur because of all this buying right now and all of the selling occurring. If we look at the volume, guys, you guys can see that we have been trading the float over and over again. AMC just did 600 million today, and yesterday it did 522 million. Again, the float is roughly around 294 million. So we are trading the flow over and over and over again. Obviously, there's synthetics involved. Obviously, something is not right here. FTDs will be created, and things could get into a crazy position. So even if we do see pullback, I'm expecting more upside. In my personal opinion, we could see another setup again like this, like we've seen for AMC before, where you see a push to the upside, a pullback and consolidation, and then a bigger short squeeze. Shorts are in a very, very bad position. Why? Because they doubled and tripled down at these low positions, trying to drive AMC and GME lower, and they started to double and triple down here. Those people are extremely underwater. Those people are extremely underwater right now, and they are deep in the red, and they will have to cover if price continues up. And if we see short interest start to come down, that means shorts are starting to cover, and this short squeeze could get absolutely out of control. Another thing we're going to be looking at is cost to borrow. Cost to borrow skyrocketing like this is indicative of a short squeeze. If you ever see cost to borrow just shoot up, that's a sign of a short squeeze, and that's exactly what we're seeing. So if we don't see cost to borrow start to come down, that means the short squeeze is going to continue. And I see cost to borrow skyrocketing, and that means to me this short squeeze is going to continue. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I believe this is beginning of a short squeeze. I think this is a squeeze, at least at minimum a gamma squeeze. I think this is the beginning of a possible short squeeze, and we could see much higher prices. Again, mostly what I think we've seen right now is gamma, but if shorts start to cover, that's going to be a short squeeze. And with all of the volume we've seen, some shorts might be covering, and we could see that told by the short interest. So we're going to be looking at short interest reports. We're going to be looking at cost to borrow, and that's how we're going to determine where the top is going to be. Again, you don't want to be left holding the bag. Some people were not able to sell at the top of the last rally. You want to make sure you make the right decisions. You make sure that you're not greedy. Make sure that you're locking it in. But me personally, I want to make sure that I'm getting the maximum amount of money, because we did hold for so long. And no one deserves this more than the apes, because we did have to hold for so long. The shorts put us through so much. So we need all of our money back. plus interest. So this is what we're looking at for AMC and GME. Also, some other things that we want to take note of. Again, MACD going red here on the 2-hour time frame. This could flip back green. If you look at the hourly time frame, we are trying to flip back to bullish here on the shorter time frames. If AMC can get back above that $8.80 to $10 level, I think we're going to be pushing to the upside. As far as GameStop is concerned, again, GameStop I want to see get past $62. We could be seeing a period of consolidation for the meme stocks before pushing up to these higher levels. If we see gap ups on the prospective stocks, like if GameStop gaps up, I'm expecting more upside. If AMC gaps up, I'm expecting more upside. There's a potentiality that we might gap up here towards the end of after hours and pre-market tomorrow. So we want to watch for that. I'm thinking that we could gap up, and if we gap up, that's a good sign of more bullishness. Here on the short term, GME is starting to flip very, very bullish. You guys can see that all the way to the 15-minute MACD is green. 10-minute MACD is green, 5-minute MACD is red, but this is showing you that here on the smaller time frames that GameStop is going bullish after having this huge push up and then finding a level of support. We could see ourselves consolidate and then make another move up. It might take a day or two, but we can see that push to the upside. So me personally, I'm going to be holding my position. I'm up in profit on several positions on AMC and GME. I have GME and AMC in multiple different brokers. I'm up a lot on shares. So I feel you guys, if you get scared, if you want to take profit, if it was up on the options, I would be taking profit. But on short-term positions, I'd be taking profit. Make sure you guys have a plan. Make sure you guys have strategy. But as far as a long-term position, which is what I'm holding, is my shares, I'm holding on to that because I want to see much bigger gains. Now, if I was up massively on some options, like I called out the play in Discord, 1150 calls, I would be taking profit on those and re-entering on these low ends. If I wanted to hold, or if I was still bullish, I would be taking profits and then re-entering at these lower levels, buying the dip if that were the case. But again, you need to have a strategy, you need to have a plan. Make sure you know what you're doing, because this could be one of the most important trades of your lifetime. You don't want to be left holding the bag, you don't want to be left being greedy. So again, this is what I'm looking at for AMC and GME. Remember the levels that we're looking at for the two. $62 is what I'm looking at for GME. I want to see it break above that and hold that level to get a pop to the upside towards that $73 gap fill. We did fill the $39 gap fill on GME that I talked about in yesterday's video, and on AMC we talked about the $9 gap fill. We did fill that gap that we talked about on yesterday's video, but again, we have multiple gap fills to the upside, and I don't see why AMC couldn't technically, when this is all said and done, fill the $43 to $73 gap fill, and GME potentially go to the $70 gap fill, and maybe even hitting all-time highs at $120. Again, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, but we could see prices as high as those. Again, this is everything I have for you guys. If you guys found this video informative, go ahead and press like and subscribe for more content like this. I do live updates each and every day. I do predictions each and every day. I try to do daily videos as well, at least 3 times a week. So if you're interested in that, hit like and subscribe. I will be going live tomorrow, so you guys can check that out. And as always, man, I appreciate each and every one of you, especially if you watch to the end of this video to see this message. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates, and I appreciate it if you made it to the end of this video to see this message. If you want to support the channel, all you have to do is press subscribe and leave a comment down below and press like to help this video spread. And I do live streams every day from 9:30 a.m. to about 4 p.m. So if you're interested in that, check that out tomorrow. Even if you work, you can just check in, say, hey, stopping in. I'd appreciate it and hope to see you there. If you made it to see the end of the video, man, I salute you. Hopefully you're getting all of your knowledge. Hopefully you're going to secure this bag and make the most out of these plays. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.